I'm chatting with Chief Warrant Officer 4 Roger Murphy. He's the product owner for a maintenance value chain for enterprise business systems, Convergence. So as we're discussing the business process reengineering effort, Chief Murphy is getting ready to lead a team of subject matter experts through BPR to help redesign the future of the maintenance portion of EBS-C. So what are some of the problems that you want to solve with the business process reengineering for EBS-C?
Oh, great question. So what I'm really focused on is the whole, how the data is entered into the system, how it's maintained. How do we present an opportunity for less mistakes for users, right? So that whole, because as we look at what we're trying to develop, and that system is one fraction of a user's business day, their day-to-day processes, how do we make them inject faster, the velocity of data entry. The Army has a massive appetite for doing things in mass, and anything for mass for me is over 3 transactions, 3 pieces of equipment, 3 dispatches, whatever the case may be, right? And so those type of efficiencies, removing what I call the DA sticky notes. So we're not even using DA forms in a lot of cases. We're passing around sticky notes in shop operations. Hey, update this fault, update that. Doing some of those kinds of actions, and then just leveraging as much technology as we can to, bring barcodes in or bring scannable objects in, so we don't have to pass around papers and workflows and do that kind of stuff. So it's how do we get from A to Z, but not skipping any of the other letters in between, and as efficient as possible, if that makes sense.
Yeah. So things that take that burden off the soldier, that take that extra load off of the tip of the spear. So you're not blunting the spear. You have that sharp end, and they're focused on core competencies.
Yeah, we don't want to steal people's time.
Right.
We definitely want to maximize their abilities, and then reporting. Making sure that we have a way that we've got objectives and key results that are sustainable, measurable, and make sense for us, because it's one thing to build a capability. If you don't have something to report against it, it's hard for us to find mistakes or find changes in behavior that we need to do, like with our current system and our Class 9 inventory. It took us a long time to get to a point where we could report against that and show that we're probably not doing as well as we like to put on our slides, and the system of record is kind of helping shape some of these behaviors, which drives a lot of functionality for us.
And it's something we've talked about before too. If you're at a staff level, a battalion, brigade, division staff, and you're asking a unit below you for data that's in an enterprise business system, you're really stealing time from those units. But on the other hand, we have to enable the units to generate that data naturally, not to turn a mechanic, a fuel handler, even a parts clerk into a data entry specialist, but to let them naturally work.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Chief, can you tell us a bit about what it's like being a product owner, what you're doing now, and how you're getting ready to start this re-engineering effort? What do you hope to achieve?
Oh, it's a massive opportunity to be a product owner. So, we really want to make sure that we're capturing the voice of the customer, their pain points, how they're using the systems today, and build what we call the epics and the features and their stories down to the transactional user of what they're doing. So leveraging a lot of experience across the field. We've got subject matter experts, folks like myself that's been doing this for a day or two in our current systems, and even our legacy ones that we've had and we've built upon that we kind of come through. So we're analyzing a lot of our day-to-day processes, such as diagnosing a fault, doing a service maintenance request to resolution is our focuses overall. And then so where can we trim the fat? And we don't want to just simply go in and say, hey, we're going to automate all our processes, like artificial intelligence and machine learning is going to save our world. Because then if you get bad data and just regurgitate it faster, you just got faster bad data. So it's minimizing some of those kinds of things and setting expectations on how to make the Army and the end user's life easier for the commanders and the staff, all the way from the strategic through the tactical level.
How many people are you bringing in on average into your teams as you get ready to start?
So we're in our initial, what we call the crawl, walk, run phase. We'll start sprinting late fall, hopefully in October-ish timeframe. So we've got about 70 people tagged as the core product team, as well as our subject matter experts, highly qualified experts in that scope. So we're going through right now and doing skill assessments. Hey, what's the field that you're an expert in? Supply, maintenance. How many years have you been functioning in this? Maybe any education information? Do you have SAP certifications in specific areas? Just gathering a lot of that input into them. Do you work in L&P, G Army? And then we assess our MOSs, we assess their proficiency. So making sure we bring into the mold things like watercraft, these low densities but high value commodities, medical, aviation, that everybody seems to do something a little bit differently. So we're specialized in that regard and trying to baseline the conversation to say, hey, look, you're specialized, but you're still essentially doing the same thing. We'll have some specialized reporting things, like aviation will have FAA requirements and there'll be marine requirements, and we'll have to figure out how to adapt to those. But at the core of what we're trying to do is minimize as much of that customization and then pretty much get everybody that's rowing the same way. We all don't need this much customization for our systems, hopefully, is the goal.
Right, so it's not just ground maintenance. You're bringing in these different modes of transportation, these different types of vehicles, different platforms, specialized capabilities, and you're seeing what's similar in the dissimilar, how they're common, and then where you have to customize or where you have to design differently.
Absolutely, yeah. So it's a very cool, bringing in air defense, missile, aviation, hypersonic, all these other capabilities that, as a 915 Echo, I haven't had the opportunity to serve in some of those things. So you start to learn other people's perspectives, and so you're not just, and as long as you have an open mind and can be, able to take feedback and digest that feedback and entertain the ideas of people that are doing that, I think we'll be great. I mean, we're going to have a lot of experts in the room that's going to have a lot of different perspectives from the junior to the senior, right? And so it's going to be a really exciting event to go through it when we start BPR, and I'm looking forward to it. I'm ready to start sprinting now.
So, Chief, in closing, what can your maintenance leaders do today to get ready for EBS-C? What can they study? What do you expect them to start working on in their current work? And how do you see them shaping themselves for the future as we're building it?
Yeah, so I think as we go around and we talk to people and we start have the EBS-C discussions, the first thing that's the switch flips with people is, hey, our G Army's going away like tomorrow and next week and stuff like that. And so it's understanding that, hey, you're still going to be working in a system, your data is still going to matter, your entry of that data is going to matter, and how you're reporting that, but still embracing that you've got some challenges over here, and bringing those problem sets to the table and saying, hey, this is what I would like to happen, right? And so here's what I'd like to see in the future, or here's what policy says we need to comply with, and just, we hope that the conversion or whatever that's going to look like when we figure out what that's going to be will be seamless for them. I mean, we want to have an end state to where they never know they're running an SAP back end, right? Like minimize the T codes and stuff. So keep pressing on your current systems, and then, monitor the Teams page for EBS-C that's going out there for public release. And then we've been educating as many people as we can on the warrant officer community side, and anybody else that wants to hear about what EBS-C, and we welcome anybody that wants to be a part of it. We won't turn anybody away if they want to be a subject matter expert or just be in the know, right? So
as you said earlier, we want your voice. We want to hear from you. This has been Chief Warrant Officer 4 Roger Murphy, product owner for Enterprise Business Systems Convergence Maintenance Value Chain. Thank you for joining us.